All right, thanks so much, Mel. And as a parent, it can be difficult adjusting to all the pressure that a pandemic can bring. But what about peer pressure? Why are you keeping your kids at home? Why'd you put your kids in school? When can we see the new baby? Are you coming over for Christmas? Whew, peer pressure is lurking everywhere.
So many questions, but it is okay to just say no. Parent whisperer and best-selling author Jennifer Ritchie joins us this morning with her top tips on how it is okay to say no during this pandemic.
Ooh.
Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
We're so happy to see you, and man, do we need this sage advice, because it's guilt-inducing. You feel bad about yourself, and we're all just trying to figure this out. So your first tip is don't buy into the telephone game. What do you mean by that?
The telephone game is, the chain reaction. And unfortunately, being a parent, there's no right answer. Sometimes it's one step forward, two steps back. And what we're trying to do is establish that good foundation for the kids. And I heard you talking about sports. That's a great analogy to look at parenting. When kids are small, you're their coach. And sometimes you have to bench a player, and they're not necessarily happy about it, but it's what's best for the team.
That's a great analogy. Yeah. I like that. You got to do what's best for the team. Dealing with your friends and the family barriers, what's your best advice for this?
So it really depends on the age of the kid. The first 6 months, a baby's immune system is very weak. So if the mom is breastfeeding, the reason masks work, because we get exposed to germs through mucosa, through our nose, our throat. The mask protects that. So if you're breastfeeding, you're actually giving those antibodies to the baby. So every vaccine the mom's gotten, every cold, flu that she's exposed to, she's giving those antibodies to the baby, and the baby is protected. After the first year, if the mom decides to stop breastfeeding, the immune system's not fully developed till about 6 years old.
Now, you also talk about COVID peer pressure. You say it is a thing. We're all experiencing it in one form or degree or another. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And what do we do about it?
Well, to make a long story short, you don't want to feel like a jerk.
Yeah.
You want to feel like you're part of the team, and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But bottom line is that, statistics in Canada are showing that 10% of the cases are with children, and they could be asymptomatic. So you have to do what's best for your family, and don't feel bad. Again, you're the coach, you're taking care of your family, and especially if you have compromised, immune systems in the house, it's up to you as the parent to set the rules.
That's it. Not everyone loves a coach. That's understandable. Jennifer, getting a cold, it's okay?
It's okay to get a cold. The real concern with COVID is the fact that it's an upper respiratory infection, very similar to the flu. That's why they're telling us to get our flu shots. So a cold is very common. Kids get colds all the time. They're putting things in their mouth. They're putting, objects. It's hard to stop them, but their immune system is developing. It's all about whether or not you're tracking whether or not they have a fever, and really taking them to the doctor if you see any symptoms of upper respiratory issues.
And as a silver lining, if we can offer one, we'll wrap this segment or this portion up with a bow, because I know you're going to stick around to answer our viewers' questions on the phone and via email in a little bit. You say, take advantage of a quiet holiday season. Maybe avoid the annoying
I've been doing that every year. Never mind a pandemic, so I'm okay with this.
No, but really, you're like, make it
Absolutely.
work. Make it special, even if it's a party of one, D.
Yeah.
With your cactus Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's true.
And with technology, get creative. I would tell my moms that just had babies, when we get married, we have a honeymoon. We spend all of our time, focused on that one person. If you have a baby, right now is a great time to have a baby moon. And with technology, get creative. If you want to have a baby shower, look, more gifts. You can have 5 baby showers. You can have 3 Thanksgivings, 4 Christmas. It's all about the positive outlook and how you're looking at it.
Yeah, and do things that make you feel good, whether it's cranking music, dancing. Get yourself out of your funk if you're feeling like you are in one, right?
Absolutely.
All right, great advice so far, Jennifer. You're going to stick around, of course, and share more advice with our viewers. 1-866-267-3797. And, of course, feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca is how you get in touch and to ask Jennifer some questions about this pressure you might be feeling as a parent during the pandemic.
And the shaming. Share it all. You don't have to share your name. We'll keep you anonymous. We'll be back with more BT. We're going to get it moving in the morning right after this.
Aaron Legend